Right, what the first thing that I want to do here is to separate the gearbox from the engine. So in order to do that, we want to crack these bell housing, bolts. There are others at the bottom, but I'll start with these ones here. That's a 19. Once you crack these, they are easy to take out. They are not that too bad. So I want to separate the gearbox, from the engine, and then can put a speed range that can even quicken the process. That's low. So the best way when you're doing this kind of a job is to find a container where you can keep all the bolts together. So I would want to remove the starter motor and get these three bolts here. Get there's a 14 socket in there. That's the starter motor. Pinion looks good, no issues at all. So that's the solenoid here. Everything looks clean, as you can see, still original. So now I have another. Oh dear, got the wrong road. You want to check and see where, make sure that you remember where you remove these bolts, especially where they have got different lengths. It'll be good for you just to keep in mind, because you save yourself a lot of time. Where's my 19? What did it do? Better with the 19 socket. So that's same length. This one is slightly shorter, so that's why I'm saying it's important to take note where these are coming. So I've got that one out. The bottom one, starter motor ones, looks like there's one here that is missing, so I need to go to the other side and crack it on the other side. I just want to take it up so that I can have access to the bolts at the bottom to create room, but you really to be careful. You don't want to, the engine falling on you. So this is it's important to look after yourself when you're doing a job like this. Right, let's see. Yeah. The next bolt that I have to take it out. Okay, and also if I can show you here, because of the drive shaft. Okay, the drive shaft is part of the gearbox. So what I'm going to do is I have to remove this housing here. I'll have to take it off here, make sure that the drive shaft comes, you know, with the gearbox. So behind the EGR valve cooler there are two bolts. Okay, so to get to them we have to remove the EGR cooler. So we need to take 1, 2, and then we can take that one and the other one, but I think it will be easier if we come this side. If we come this side and remove that one and the other one behind it. So once we take out this EGR valve cooler, you have pipes as well, so we can just remove that clip there and that bolt there just for the housing, so that we remove the whole unit. Make sure that this vacuum, you disconnect that vacuum there, and then that comes out. So that's the next step that I'm going to take, so stay tuned. So this is a 12 socket that I'm using here. Right, this side is done, so we want to come to the other side. We have one here. Just try that one. I can reach the other side. Yep. So those two out, and we need this one here. There you go. You can start to fall. So what I want is to take that pipe, that water pipe. Remember, the gases are flowing in. They're controlled here. They're flowing in there, and water comes in and takes away the heat. The idea of the EGR valve is to reduce emissions, especially the oxides of nitrogen. So by circulating the gases back into the combustion chamber, that causes the gases to burn not at an efficient rate. So it takes away the energy that is produced by burning, and that cools the cylinder, because nitrogen oxides form as a result of extremely high temperatures. So when you reduce the combustion chamber temperatures, then the nitrogen oxides go down. There you go. Look at the state of it. So one side will be the inlet, the other one will be the outlet. So water just comes in, circulates in, goes out, takes away the heat. Okay, so here is where we regulate using a vacuum. Okay, this is where we regulate the amount of gases, you know, going through. So there you go. That's the two bolts that I was talking about. So you can't access these as long as this cooler is in the way. So you want to take out this cooler, and then only then will you be able to get those two out. So this wee tank, that's for vacuum. Okay, you take just two nuts, all right, and that gives you this pipe here, it goes to the turbo actuator. So I decided just to take everything. As you see, there quite a number of pipes. If you take these pipes without marking them, if you decide to remove the pipes from here, I would urge you maybe to use something to mark them so that you know which one goes where. Because once you mix the vacuum pipes, you're in trouble. You know, you are in big trouble. And so I would just pull it from the side and then take it from here, disconnect that part from the solenoid here. Yep. So from the solenoid, and then once I've done that, I can come here and where is my screwdriver? I can come here and there you go. As it out as a unit, I only have two pipes to connect. I'm not going to tamper with these. I'll leave them as they are. This saves me time when I'm building back this engine. So why did I take it out? I want to take this bracket out, and there are two bolts here to remove that bracket, because this bracket is holding the drive shaft that is in the gearbox, and yet it's attached to the engine block. So we want to loosen these, but in the process you may find that you also want to take out this whole plate here, because that bracket it might not come out. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's the next thing. Mr. Robin, surprise yourself with these bolts so that when you're building it back, it's so easy. It is so easy to remember where they came out from. So we go. So that's the bracket loose. Can I push it? You know what? I'll just take the other plate out. Doesn't bother me. No. You always find one that is give you problems. Anyway, I'll get to it. I'll find another socket here and try. So once I take these brackets, I should be able to once I take the two and I take the 2 bolts on the bell housing. So just 1 bolt. Oh, I don't even need it out. I don't need it out. Yeah. Here we go. It's good to observe. Make sure. Here we go. So put these ones in here. Now our bracket is free. Okay. Therefore, now we can come here and try the trick. Now we can come here. See movement. I can see movement. Let me make sure that everything is loose. I want to believe that everything is now. Let me just check. There's always 1 bolt that remains. It's always the case. Yes, they are actually 2. See, there's that on there, that on there, and there's another one on the other side. So we'll take care of this one first. So this plate, that's where it comes from, right? So it's separated into 2. There is the top one, and this one is the bottom one. It just falls out. And so when I put my screwdriver here, you can see that the gearbox is now moving. See, it's clearing okay. All right, so I'm going to pull it out. And so why is this video important to you is that if you are working on a car, now you know from this video, you know exactly all the hidden bolts. Mind you, it will be difficult on a car, but the reason why I had to do this is so that you will know working on a car to say, right, okay, I need that bolt, I need that bolt, I know that there is a secret bolt that is hidden here. So you know all the bolts. That's the whole idea of me doing this, so that I know that, you know what, you could be a technician, you know what you're doing, but sometimes, you know, there could be a bolt that you don't know where it is. So this kind of knowledge, it helps a lot. I know myself that this kind of knowledge is very, very important. So this is the time now to get the gearbox out and stop talking. Here you go. Everything is clear. Right. Try and lift it up slightly. It's coming out. Show this side. It's opening up. Yeah. Let me just lower it slightly. Lower it slightly. Yep. Yep. Because you can pull your side. Hang on. Bring it this side. Just be. Lower it again. Yep.
It's leaking, something's leaking.
It's leaking. That's water, don't worry. That is water. You want to cool the engine for you. Yeah, like that. And then, so that's the gearbox out. This is the thrust bearing. I can tell you right now, you hear that sound? It needs changed. It's getting dry. I would not put this gearbox back, you know, with that release bearing. You can listen to that. It should be quiet. Okay, so this is our flywheel. This is our flywheel and this is our pressure plate, and our clutch plate is in there. We'll separate all these. They're coming out. Everything is coming out. So I hope this is going to be great help to someone, whether technician, whether DIY. You know what? Sometimes these videos, they do help us a lot. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. Okay, I'll be going stage by stage and create, you know, different videos just to, so that, you know, as we tear this engine apart, I want everyone to have an opportunity to see what we are doing.